Mr. Chairman, I think you deserve the summer off, mate. Yeah, no, look, you've earned it. You've worked hard this year. Oh, look, don't worry about transfers, mate. I can take care of that. Yeah, mate, of course I can. Turn your phone off. Completely forget about it. Yeah, of course I'll accept any offers for our best players. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to the Summer Transfer Special on the Impossible Dream here at H&W Welders on Football Manager 2021. And today we move from Season 5 into Season 6 and we become a European team, certainly in name anyway. How good the squad's going to be, but that's what we're about to find out. Now, what do we want to do? We have a look at the team report here. We do have an increasingly large amount of strengths. So I do think that is obviously a good thing. What I do think we would like to do is, well, obviously work on these weaknesses. I don't think there's anything necessarily as a weakness in terms of depth in the squad. What I do think we would like to do, though, is just upgrade where we can. Now, there's some areas we'd like to upgrade ahead of others. I think goalkeeper is probably an area we need to upgrade. Fullbacks is probably an area we need to upgrade. But there's nowhere that you'd say, oh yes, we have the best player in the league in that position. Up top, I don't think we have any weaknesses, but we certainly wouldn't be against getting in some people there. Now, a few things that we know are already happening this summer. We know that Stuart Murphy, a young centre-back, is coming in to join us. Is he first team ready? Not really, but he's not far off, to be honest. So as a backup, we could probably get away with him. And of course, George Tipton, we know, is signing for us permanently. In terms of finances, we don't have too much to spend. We've got a wage budget of roughly what we have now. Is it going up a little for now? Same that is our next season budget. And we have about $3,000 to spend. Again, we don't really have too much. Now, we do have a little bit of money in the bank, which is nice. And obviously, with European football around the corner, we should get some more money in as well with that. We know we're at least going to get $90,000. I think we saw last episode, didn't we? In terms of players I'd like to get rid of specifically or keep, I do think we need to try and get rid of Sonar. He's on £300 a week. His contract's up the end of this coming season, so that's money I'd like to try and get out of the wage bill if we can. I would also like, if we could get back the loanees, especially the ones that aren't, they're not costing us anything. So Warnock would be a decent one to get back. He's one of these guys that should be better than he perhaps played for us. Ross Smith, I'd very much like to get back again. He's not costing us anything. McQuaid, if we could get him back again, would be a very, very nice addition for us. And Bob Roddy, I do think as a backup for Kagbo, he's absolutely perfect, and he's not costing us anything as well. So if we could get those guys back, I would be very, very happy indeed. Other players whose contracts are up and will be leaving, we can pretty much say this with certainty now. If we can go to expires, thank you, game. So Dylan Davidson looks like he'll be leaving. £170 a week. We'll get off the wage bill for him. Thompson Summers, again, looks like he's going to be leaving. That's £160 a week. So what's that, about $310 we've got off the wage bill already. Own Goal Gallagher, ideally, I'd like to keep, but we'll have to wait and see. He's playing hardball on contracts. And then we've got two young centre-backs. Both of whom will be looking to leave the club. I don't think we're going to keep either of them because they're just not quite developing as we would have hoped. And then, of course, the loanees. Now, we can see that Denham is up next season. He's on £300 a week. Maybe we look to see if we could get better for the £300. A similar situation with Miles Sonar. Kagbo's up next season as well. Obviously, we want to try and keep him, and Kundell as well is on a bit of a wage, and ideally we'd like to keep him as well. But we'll deal with the contracts expiring next season, or next summer. We'll deal with that sort of once we get the players in we need to here. But obviously, we'll keep an eye on that, because if we can sell these guys now, not Kagbo, obviously, then we might be able to use that money, obviously, to invest this summer and whatnot. So that's where we stand coming into the summer. It's probably going to be a little bit shorter because the qualifiers will start early. But, we'll be back when we've got something to report. Well, mate, we're very glad to be welcoming you back at the club for a fifth spell. I'll tell you what, mate, I love your dedication to winning the Golden Pen. And who knows, maybe fifth time is a charm for you. So there we go. William McQuaid is back for, and it is a fifth spell at the club, would you believe? He signed on, obviously, into the youth team, and he has since come back on loan now 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and this will be a 4th. So 5 times he has signed for the club, and I don't think he's won signing of the year yet. But there we go. So he will be joining us back on loan for next season. That is excellent. Also joining us on loan next season, Paul Warnick has come back. You can see the fans aren't as excited about him, and probably with good reason. But he's not costing us anything. And the other one we've got back is Bobby Roddy. Again, he's back on he's on loan, but he's not costing us anything. The only one we couldn't get back was Ross Smith. His contract is up, so he's going to become a free agent. We'll see if we could sign him, depending on what his wage demands are. And the other thing that has happened is Ungol Gallagher has signed a contract extension. So 2 years, £90 a week. It's a little bit more than, I think was he on £65 or £70 a week. So it's a little bit of a pay rise for him. But he's been relatively solid for us. So again, let me know what you think in the comments. But I think he's probably worth keeping as well. So, he's gone into December. I didn't mean to do that. Usually I want to go till March. Anyway, so he's got a year and a half. That's annoying. Okay, it is June 9th. This is going by really, really quickly, which means that transfer window is open, so transfers have taken place. So Tipton has officially joined us. He is a B- rated signing by the fans. We know all about him. We know what we're getting, and what we're getting is a very, very good player indeed. And the other person that is officially signed is Stuart Murphy. Again, I think he could, the more I look at him, the more I think he could more than comfortably come in and be a backup centre-back. He could play in the league for us against most teams, I think. So we might have got ourselves a very, very good player there indeed. Now, the other news, and this is good news, is that Miles Sonar has left. Not only did we get a fee for him of just under $3,000, we didn't have to pay any of his wages. So that is fantastic. I'm disappointed he didn't quite work out. He didn't quite develop as I would have liked. He got off to a really, really good start, you might remember, but yeah, I think as much as anything, the £300 a week, I wanted to spend it elsewhere, and maybe in my head, I kind of made him worse than he was. But so he's gone off to Coleraine. No doubt he will come back and haunt us in the future. Now, of course, contracts have expired. So if you have a look at the players that have now officially been released, Davidson has officially gone. Thompson Summers has officially gone, as has Damien Allmark, who never quite kicked on. Damien, if you want to have another guy named after you, let me know and we'll get that done for you. Stephen Hughes, who was a left winger that we only really signed him because of his pace, to be honest. Suonen, hopefully he has a good career. I do think he's going to be a good player for somebody. Mullen, who came through our academy, and of course David Greer, another young goalkeeper that came through our academy, was really highly rated when he came through. Just never kicked on, never trained on in the under-19s and in the reserves. So that's everybody that has gone out. In terms of the wage budget, you can see now that leaves us with about £500 a week to spend. So we've lowered the wage budget, which is nice. And yeah, now we can go and see what sort of damage we can do. Okay, it is draw time for the Europa Conference League. The first time we've been in a European draw. Let's have a look at it and see what we can do. Now, no idea how this works. 72 teams. So we are in the Group 1 seeded teams. I'm assuming that's in relation to the fact that we are, it's Northern Irish, not obviously us. So we can go to Estonia, Belarus, Bosnia, Lithuania, Malta, Slovenia. I'm not going to try and say club names, obviously. Faroe Islands, Albania, Gibraltar, Barlatown. Well, that's the dream tie, isn't it? Not really much of a exotic location, but Barlatown would be nice. We could go to Kosovo, Azerbaijan, Andorra. There's 2 Armenian clubs. Finland, what's that? That's Moldova. Another Faroe Islands team, or San Marino. So let's hope the Group 1 teams come out first, and let's see where we go. Faroe Islands. No, it's not going to be that. We could be here for a while. Azerbaijan. No, it's not going to be that one. Here we go. Thank Christ for that. We're out early, and it is Montenegro that we're going to. So I don't think we want to sit here and watch all of that, so let's just finish that off. So our first tie is going to be Montenegro. It's going to be, let's have a look at what this team is. Look, as they're going to be grayed out players. Yeah, essentially grayed out players. So we're not going to know too much about them. They're a higher star reputation than us, so that's maybe not a great thing. So we can go and have a look at the second qualifying round should we get through this, and that's what the board wants. Are they going to get it? Well, time will tell. So let's go and have a look at this second round draw. Jesus, there's already teams from Scotland and Holland and Romania in this. Are we seeded? Oh, so we're not going to be able to get any of them. Well, that is absolutely brilliant. We could still get the dream tie against Barlatown. So again, let's Let's sit back and settle in. This could be a long one. We'd probably rather avoid a Swedish team, I would think. We definitely don't want a Czech side. We don't get the Czech side. We take this, I think, wouldn't we? We don't get it. Azerbaijan, I think we'd probably rather avoid them, and we do. We would definitely take one of them. We don't get them. Israeli teams we'd probably rather avoid. Next, it is... Well, we take that. We don't get it. Oh, what a dream tie that is. We don't want a Polish side, I wouldn't have thought. That's a rough tie first up, isn't it? We don't want a Polish side. We don't get a Polish side. Czech, we don't want. We don't get. Would we take that? Maybe. They go to Olympiacos. Right. We don't want Bulgarian teams, I wouldn't have thought. We can't get Linfield. I would have thought the draw's protected. We take this. Macedonia or Iceland. No, they go to Greece. Kazakhstan or Iceland. No, just Kazakhstan. We don't get that. We take it. They get Royal Antwerp. Well, we were out early in the first round. We're definitely sticking around for this one. We don't want Israeli sides, please. We don't get them. We don't want a Serbian team, I wouldn't have thought. We don't get it. Yeah, I'd take that. I don't know what's left. I'm trying to see who's left in the unseeded, but yeah, it's difficult to tell, isn't it? We take this, please. No, we don't get it. Coleraine, you bastards. That would have been a good one. We don't get that. Slovakia, would we? I mean, we're getting to the point where we're just not a really good team, please. Someone that gives us a chance. We don't want Austria Ven. We don't get them. We don't really want a Romanian team. We don't get that either. We'll take this, please, game. No, they get Sparta Prague. Kazakhstan, I mean, it's not one of the big Kazakhstani teams, but we don't have to worry. Here we go. Who do we get? I tell you what, Faroe Islands or Kosovo. Again, that's not bad. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but they could be two very winnable ties that we've got there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how competitive we're going to be in Europe by any means, but that doesn't appear to be the worst. Okay, we have some breaking news. We have made a signing. I think it's our first permanent signing of the window outside of the free transfers. We have signed a centre-back, Paul Edgar. He's come into us from Institute for a fee of £850. He's going to be on £150 a week as a squad player. You can see the rest of his contract details there. Now, what have we signed? I think we've signed ourselves a very nice centre-back indeed. What I like, though, he's a left-footed centre-back. We have a lot of right-footed centre-backs. We don't really have anyone that's left-footed. But he has all the key attributes there, apart from pace maybe. But he's got the jumping reach. He's okay in a tackle. Marking, heading's not bad. Positioning is, well, just mentally in general. He's got all the sort of the key defensive stats, as you can see there by the ones that are highlighted. So I think he's going to do quite well for us. He played in the Premiership last year, and he played well, crucially, in the Premiership last year in an Institute side that weren't particularly strong. He's played 2 years in the Premiership, or a year and a half maybe. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think he's going to be a nice little addition for us. So yeah, and he's here in time to be registered for Europe as well. I'm Eamon Murphy, local reporter here at Windsor Park ahead of the Welders' first ever game of European football versus a Montenegrin side, whose team I cannot say in my accent despite practicing over 10 minutes. Now we're joined by the Welders manager Aussie Villain. And Aussie, how do you feel ahead of the game? Yeah, there's a few nerves. The game snuck up us a little bit, to be honest. We haven't maybe done quite as much transfer business as we were hoping to do before our first game. But we've played a few friendlies. We're relatively confident of our preparation. So now we get to get out there, see where we stand in European football, and hopefully we'll do well. Okay, so, well, I didn't really get much signings done. The game has really snuck up on us here, so we're going to show the first leg of our Europa Conference League tie. We're at home, we're facing Montenegrin opposition. I have absolutely no idea what to expect. We've got no scouting information on them. If we have a quick look at where we stand, this is what pre-season has been like so far. We've done okay. We did have a loss there against Coleraine. We absolutely smashed Cliftonville. We've sort of been trying to stick to what I think is going to be our best team. Now, one sort of hard luck story that we've had is the case of Michael Murphy. Now, they've paid a transfer fee. I don't think we had to pay a transfer fee. No, we didn't have to pay a transfer fee for this guy. We would have got him for free because I offered them $0 and they accepted it. But he has signed up. I mean, I'm sure Glentoran wanted them to go to them, actually. You can see there he rejected us. He's gone, instead of being a first-team player for us, he's gone to LAN as a backup. But what a play he would have been. Really, really good physically. Not the best in a tackle, but he would have been a really good left winger / left fullback for us. So really, genuinely disappointed we didn't get him across the line. But, we can't worry about it. But that would have been very, very nice. And on a free transfer as well. But let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here in our first ever game of European football. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. And this is the team we're sending out. Now, it's essentially the team that got us here. You can see our match sharpness isn't too bad. As I said, we have done our best to try and build up as much match fitness as possible. So it's going to be Popple in goal, Boyle, Okocha, Hall and Simpson as the back four. It's Gallagher with Cundell and William McQuaid in front of them. Stuart Simpson with Cagbo and Lucas. You can see the bench. Mulligan, Denham, Moran, Warnock, who's back on loan, of course. Willis, Tipton and Reese Byrne. Yeah, we'll just have to see how we go. We've got a couple of trialists in. They've only sort of all just started to come in. We haven't really been able to sign anybody yet. Anyway, Miles Mullen could be a decent one for us, but we've got him on trial for a month, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, let's go and see how we do here. So here it is, our first ever European lineup. Hernandez is the manager. As the manager is the referee. So you can just keep yelling at Hernandez and he'll just obviously only answer every second time. What do we say to this? Are we the favourites? Go out there and relax, I think, is probably the best thing to do. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never managed in Europe before. So, yeah. And here it is, Windsor Park. Obviously, we can't play at Tillysburn, which is a bit of a disappointment. One of the goals, I hope, is that we'll be able to play European games at our own stadium at some point. Of course, that was a hope I had at Barla Town last FM, and we never quite got to that either. But we're in Belfast. We're not in a little village, so hopefully we'll have a bit more luck with that. Boyle intercepts, lumps it forward. It's there for Cagbo. Lucas makes a run. We don't look too organised there. Cundell should be able to get to that. Cagbo's in the middle. No man in this planet can stop Cagbo once he gets... Oh, he's head on the ball. And he's put it over the bar. Almost a dream start after 30 or 40 seconds of our first European game, but Cagbo couldn't find the target. Now, given that it is, of course, a European tie, the goal has got to be, and I don't like saying this as we look like we're defending, if we can get no away goals, that would be the dream. Boyle at the back is not ideal. Oh, and there's the away goal. Oh, dear. Could we have done anything more? Cundell just kind of left him. I don't know there's much we could have done. It's just a good finish, isn't it? Let's encourage them. They're still looking motivated. One thing we could potentially look to do is... Well, there's a lot of things we could potentially look to do, but we could push up a little bit more. What I don't want to do is panic, having fallen behind, even though I do feel a little bit of tightness in the chest. Here we go with Boyle getting forward. Is this the season he finally lives up to his star rating? Own goal Gallagher has it. Can he play a ball forward? Goes across. Nice ball there for Simpson. McQuaid's in a little bit of space inside. It's blocked away. McQuaid picks it up. Come on, boys. It's there. Hall has it. Back to Okocha. We're going the wrong way here, guys. Are we just setting them up? Cagbo comes deep. Nice ball there for Simpson, for McQuaid. McQuaid looks for Lucas. Lucas is in. Oh, and he draws a good save from the keeper. We get a corner. Can Cagbo get on the end of something? McQuaid to knock it in. It's towards Cagbo. Oh, and Cagbo's going to cross the face of goal. My big worry, and we did cram in as many friendlies as we could, but match fitness is a bit of a concern. But I mean, it's what it's like playing these early games, isn't it? I almost wonder if ideally we would have been playing away from home first up. I mean, we've absolutely smashed them on XG. They've scored from their only sight at goal, really. So let's say we've been unlucky. I can get on board with that. Let's pump our fists. Say we have faith in them. And okay, so given that we haven't seen much from them, I'm absolutely terrified of getting done over the top. So, okay, you know what we might do? We'll keep the low line, but we'll go and put some pressure on them. It really didn't help having absolutely no scouting report on them. So let's get rid of that as well. That just makes it difficult to know at all how to set up. You can see we're expecting a 4-2-3-1. We've got a 4-1-1 out of them. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. But we don't deserve to be behind in this game, that is for sure. Now, one thing I didn't do, perhaps foolishly, was leave wingers on the bench. McQuaid's picked up a knock. Okay, so we'll take him off. We'll get on Tipton. I mean, the game is ticking by here, isn't it? All right, let's try lowering our tempo. Let's play with a little bit more width. Maybe go a little bit more direct in towards Cargbo. Let's go with this high line. A second away goal could be a serious problem, but I do think we deserve a goal. I want to try and get it. And you do wonder if we could get one, if maybe the floodgates would open a little bit. We'd relax and they might start defending. Boyle with a ball forward. Lucas can't get to it. Boyle picks it up. Cundell's inside. He gets it to him. Back to Boyle. There's a nice ball towards Cargbo. Cargbo's there, and finally Cargbo gets us a European goal. It's in the back of the net, and it is 1-1, and we definitely deserve that. We have essentially dominated this game. Every highlight we've seen, apart from their goal, has been ours. The match stats would suggest that. And there's Cargbo. What a towering header that is. And if we can do a little bit more of that, then we'll be very, very happy. Can we go and win this thing now? Of course, what we don't want to do is concede a second away goal. I'm looking at Cundell on a booking, frustrated. Let's get Willis on for him. Simpson's not had his best game. He's only young, though, so we'll give him a little bit of leeway there. Let's encourage them. And we've got a highlight. 89th minute, and we've got a highlight. Will Hall stands there and looks at them. Gets it forward to nobody. That's not what we needed. Oh, it's going to be their highlight. Cargbo's picked up a knock as well. We do have, obviously, Bobby Roddy for the second leg. There's that ball forward I was worried about over the top, but there's absolutely no one running onto it. And, I feel a little bit sick about this. Cargbo, can he flick it on? He does. Knocks it down for Lucas. Back to Cargbo. That is a horrible pass, but Boyle goes back and retrieves it. Oh, this is sloppy, boys. Come on. It's a mix-up as well. Oh, we look like we're shitting ourselves. Come on, boys. Relax. Hall gets it forward. It's a cracking ball for Lucas. Lucas is in. Lucas! Oh, we couldn't bend it back enough. Can we give them one more? Maybe a calm down. Look how they look nervous, but that'll do it. Our first game in Europe ends 1-1. We are definitely going to be better for the run out. I think, well, we've shown on XG that we were the better team there. And you think that if we play like that in the away leg, we will get that goal. Now, McQuaid's gone for 3 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks, so he's out of the second leg. Hamzad will be fine for the second leg. But yeah, it's not ideal because we did concede that away goal, but I think he's at Windsor Park now. He follows us everywhere. Good old John Keith, the number one fan. All right, I don't think we'll end the episode there. We'll play through up to the second leg and see if we can get any more signings across the line. All right, we are at game day for the second leg, and unfortunately, we weren't able to get anything else across the line. We have a quick look at what we've done already. You can see there's nothing really in the works either. Just the one signing, a very, very quiet summer. I do think he's a quality addition. I don't want to play him, obviously, in Europe, but a very, very, very quiet summer. So hopefully we've made up for that a little bit with playing the first leg of that European tie as well. Team cohesion obviously is all good because no one's come in or out. We did lose our only team leader. we have good support in the squad, but we do need some team leaders. The new club captain is Okocha. He's got decent leadership. He is a first teamer, so he's definitely the guy for now. I'll show you this another time perhaps, but yeah, we do have options, but the squad is together, which is good, close-knit team. The two new guys will hopefully gel into that. Kagbo and Simpson have their own little thing going on, so yeah, that just kind of is what it is. But yeah, I mean, we do want to try and sign more players. If we go and have a look here, is probably the best way to do it. We have a few more trialists in. We've got a centre-back here who I don't think is going to be someone we look to keep. Harry Robinson is a left-sided player. Again, I don't think he's going to be someone we look to keep. Mullen, he's wanted by Nottingham Forest, I think. I don't think we're going to look to sign him, basically because the position that he plays, it's Sean Simpson's position, and I think Sean Simpson is better right now, and B, I want him to be our guy going forward. So I'm not going to sign somebody just to be a backup when we have the likes of Tipton who can go and play there anyway. Tipton more than capable of going up there, so we don't want to overload the squad. This is Rich coming from me, who has to scroll through his squad there all the time. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So let me know, as I said, where you think we need to strengthen. I would ideally maybe like to get a goalkeeper in still. Popple is not quite developing. Boyle, I think, showed glimmers in that game, but we'll wait and see. There's still a long time. We're July 17th. There's still a month and a half to go of the transfer window. It's just because we start so early that we've run into this problem. But guys, if you've enjoyed that, hit thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time as we hopefully look to get past our their Montenegrin friends, and then if that's the case, we'll show the first leg of the next round as well. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.